All right. So I said that I wanted to revisit a unit vector, right? I want to look at resultant vectors. We did it already. I just want to go it over. And I want to discuss collinear vectors and ratios as he planned for today, right? All right. So who to call? Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna call Sky. Sky, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sky. Uh Tell me, do you remember what a unit vector is?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what a unit vector was?
So, yeah, kind of.
That also I'm very sure. Very sure. Right. So when you hear a unit, what do you think of?
So, a vector against the x-axis or y-axis.
Nah, like a unit. A unit. Like what number you think of when you hear a unit? Anybody? Like when I hear a unit, what comes to mind? A unit.
One.
Yeah, one. Right? So Sky, one. So a unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is one. Remember how to find magnitude of a vector, Sky? Sky? It was two things we covered last class. I showed you all how to find the angle between a vector, right? So we look at position vectors. We learn how to find the angle between a position vector and the x-axis, and it was this. And we also looked at how to find the magnitude. Do you remember how to find the magnitude?
And that one, I kind of was unsure about that one, but is that when, what is it? Like, depending on the letter you put, like, it was I, and you put the two lines against the side, so it's equal to 1 unit.
Okay. Um, Technically you're correct, right? You're correct. So this would be an example of a unit vector, and this would be an example of a unit vector. Yeah. Right? Is essentially a vector whose length or magnitude is one. That's it, right? And you need to know that I is 1 unit on the x-axis, and what do you think J is? J is 1 unit on the
The y-axis.
right, right? And you need to know the unit vector form. So you need to know the unit vector form. Oh, speaking of which, um, if you want to find the unit vector, actually I'll put as a third heading, right? So the unit vector form. Let's just say we had a vector um 3, 4. What form would that be in, guys? It's in the what form? Is it in the unit vector form, the column vector form? What is that in? What is this in? I'm not hearing anybody. Sky, what does this look like? What does this
So
look like?
we call them vector form.
Right, this is the column vector form. So Sky, nth vector is just a set of directions.
Yes, sir.
So when you see 3, 4, right? If you look at that on a graph, doesn't that just mean what does that mean? 3, 4, what
So
does that mean?
the the x-axis, you're going three spaces, right? And you're going four spaces.
Right? That's it. That's it. Right? And that would be the vector, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And this would be 3, comma 4. Great. Now, if I just said that I is 1 unit on the x-axis and j is 1 unit on the y-axis, how would I write that vector in the unit vector form? So just to do a quick recap, in the column vector form, um, the first element is the x element and the second element is the y element. All right. So you just said that we moved 3 spaces on the x-axis, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what are we using when we're doing unit vectors to represent a movement on the x-axis?
I
Right. So this vector would just be 3i because you're moving 3 units on the x-axis, right? Plus,
um 4J.
right, because we moved 4 units on the y-axis. Simple,
Yes, sir.
right? Um, to prevent any confusion, we should probably give this vector a name, right? Sure, why not? So if we want, we could call this vector something, I suppose. So Sky, give me a name for the vector. This is a position vector, so it had to start with O. So O to what?
See?
O to what? E?
C. Oh my God.
Okay. Right. So if that is the case, then I'd have to call this C. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So this will be the column vector form, and simply this will be the unit vector form. Right? So I would say O to C could also be written as 3i plus 4j. This is a unit vector form. Tell me something, Sky. Would I call this a unit vector? Would I call O to C a unit vector?
Yes, sir.
You said no?
Yes, sir.
You'd be correct. What, by definition, what is a unit vector? Remind me. A unit vector is
Um, a vector which magnitude is equal to one.
right. Do you remember how to find the magnitude?
Yes, sir. No.
Say that again. Sky.
Yes, sir.
You remember how to find the magnitude of a vector?
Uh, I say honestly, I kind of
So last class, we looked at the angle and the magnitude. To find the magnitude was this formula over here.
mm,
Let me just like highlight it. This is the formula, right? So magnitude formula. This is magnitude formula there. And let me just highlight this as well. So when you look at it, you will not be confused. Great. All right. So let me add in a question here. Is O to C a position? I mean, what's it? Is O to C a unit vector? All right, so Ria, do you understand that if something is a unit vector, then its magnitude has to be one? Ria? Can I hear Ria? Sky, you understand, all right?
Yeah, sorry, sir. My mom called, so I had to answer it.
Okay, yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I say a unit vector, it means that the magnitude is 1. A unit means 1. So
Yeah.
let's find the magnitude of O to C and see if it's 1. All right, let's see. Could you remind me what the magnitude formula is? So the magnitude of a vector is what? Is the square root or what?
Uh. So I forgot.
Yes, boy. I really want to make my ball here, boy. It had, guys, it had two formulas you need to remember. Two formulas. I'll put it down over here. The two formulas you need to remember, right? Magnitude is just simply the square root of x squared plus y squared, right? And Rhea, when you have a vector, let's just say you have 7, 3. That's any column vector form. What would x be?
Um. Huh. So I lost.
It was in the last couple of classes, and
Yeah. I don't know why I lost.
okay. So what kind of vector is this?
A position.
Yeah,
No, a column. A column.
is a position on a column, right? A column.
Yeah.
Okay. So a column vector is being the form x first and y. So what's x?
Oh, 7,
What's y?
3.
So any magnitude of that would just be 7 squared plus 3 squared. That's it. That's it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it. Right? And the other thing you need to know is angle. Angle, angle between position, vector, and x-axis. The formula for this was theta is equal to tan inverse the absolute value of y all over the absolute value of x. These were the two formulas you had to remember. Had to. Yeah. Please commit them to memory. If you don't understand how we come up with these formulas, check out the last recording. In the last class, I went through it very rigorously as to how we came up with these things. The first one is just Pythagoras theorem, and the second one is just trig ratios. Right. So you need to remember those things. Right? Cool. So, Rhea, remind me ways if I want to find the magnitude of a vector, how do I do that?
Um. X squared plus y squared.
Right. If we want to find the magnitude of vector OC to check if it's a unit vector, I'll say the magnitude of OC, and that will be equal to the square root of what? What is x in this case?
3.
Right? So I'll say 3 squared.
3 squared plus 4 squared.
Right. So that'll be 9 plus 16, which is 25. What's the square root of 25?
5. Sorry, I thought I was on mute.
That's okay. So my question to you is, was was the magnitude of OC 1? Was the magnitude 1? Can somebody tell me what was the magnitude? We found it as the last line. What was the magnitude?
5.
5, right? So would you say that OC is a unit vector? A unit vector is a vector, right? Whose magnitude is 1? Is the magnitude of this vector 1?
No.
No, right? So O to C is not a unit vector because its magnitude is 5. All right. So let's just look at the things we covered so far, right? So I'm saying a unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1, right? So if you find the magnitude of a unit vector, then it would be equal to 1, right? You need to know that. I just represents 1 unit on the x-axis. J is 1 unit on the y-axis. So Ria, I just do not recap of a recap to make sure we're on the same page. You understand this? So when I'm talking about a unit vector, I'm saying that the vector has a length of 1. The magnitude is 1. Yeah?
Yes, I understand.
Right, Sky, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just remind me, what is the magnitude formula? If I wanted to find the magnitude of a vector v, that would just be equal to the square root of what?
X2 plus Y2.
X squared plus y squared. Now x2. X squared plus y squared.
I got you.
Nice. If you are given this vector over here, what would be your x value? Like in this situation, what would be your x value? So x would be your horizontal movement. Sky?
So, my bad, mom. Um,
Everybody
three.
mom talking to them, boy. Wait.
I don't know what it is. So, 3J.
Right? So the x value here will be 3. And what would the y value be?
So, 4.
Yeah, 4. Remember, I is 1 movement on the x-axis. So what does this mean? This means three units on the x-axis. This means 4 units on the y-axis. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So you need to be able to find the magnitude of a vector, right? So to find the magnitude of this is just going to be the x component, which is 3 squared, right? Plus the y component, which is 4 squared, right? If it's not equal to 1, then it's not a unit vector. So Sky, is OC a unit vector?
No, sir, because the is 5 now.
Right? The magnitude is 5. So that's not a unit vector, right? Now, the other thing you need to be able to do is you need to be able to find the unit vector. Find the unit vector. Find the unit vector of. Right. So Sky, clearly, OC is clearly not a unit vector, right? Clearly is it's not a unit vector. We see now, right?
Yes, sir.
And why is that? Just remind me, why is that?
So, because the magnitude is 5 and now.
Exactly. So if you want to find a unit vector, if you want to find a unit vector, which is given by v top hat, this is called top hat, then this is the formula you need to remember. It's just equal to the vector all over the magnitude of the vector.
So, excuse me, can you that?
All right, so Sky, if you want to find the unit vector of a big vector, what you're going to do is you're going to take the vector and divide it by its magnitude. That's all.
Okay, okay.
And I'm going to try to explain this to you graphically. Let me see if I could do that. So let's see if we could do that. Because a lot of this stuff sounding like gibberish right now, probably. Right? And I don't like that. I want to make sure you understand this thing. Right. All right, so Sky. Um, first things first. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, word. Right. So let's try to understand what the heck is happening graphically. Graphically, what's going on? So, Sky, the vector that we was looking at was O to C, right? And we said O to C was equal to 3i plus 4j. Now, what does that mean? Tell me, Sky. Just remind me, what does that mean?
So on the x-axis, you're going through spaces, right? On the y-axis, you're going through spaces.
Right? So I'll land up over here, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you understand that that entire thing, right, that's O to C? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And do you actually understand what the magnitude is, or you're not sure about it? You just know it's something we had to find.
So is it not the distance?
It is the distance, so that would be this over here, right? Remember in the last class, I showed you all that is just Pythagoras theorem, and we was trying to find the length of the hypotenuse. Well, that's what we're doing, right? So, Sky, when we found the magnitude, we actually found the length from O to C. And what do we find it to be?
So 5.
5, right? We found it to be 5,
Yes, sir.
right? So 5 units. So I have a question, Sky. And if this vector is 5 units, if I cut it up into 5 parts, what do you think will happen? If I cut it up into 5 parts, what will be the length of each individual small vector?
So now 1.
It'll be 1, right? And that make perfect sense?
Yes, sir.
That make perfect sense. So in other words, if I want to find a unit vector that's along, let me be really specific here. Let me be really specific. If I want to find a unit vector in the same direction of O to C, we just need to okay. So Sky, you feel like you actually understand what the hell going on? So like check this, right? The length for this is 5. Yeah, it's 5.
Yes, sir.
And you understand for sure, if I cut this into 5 pieces, I'll end up with 5 small vectors that would carry from O to C, but each small vector should have a unit, should have a length of 1. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
What about the rest of you guys? Ria, I need you to tell me if you're lost. Because it's easy to get lost.
I'm still following.
Okay, so Ria, remind me, where's a unit vector?
Um, a vector that only has a magnitude of 1.
Right. And in this for this vector over here, what's the magnitude of this particular one?
5.
5, right? And do you understand that magnitude is just how long the vector is?
Yes.
And I want to get a unit vector from this, right?
Yes.
So Ria, if I want to do that, then a unit vector should have a magnitude of what?
1.
So if I take this O to C and I divide it by 5, the vector that I get, it would just be what? So check this, right, Ria? This is 5. If I want to
Yeah.
get a vector whose length is 1, what should I do with O to C?
What we doing with O to C?
Yeah. So tell Maria, if O to C has a length of 5, what would I have to do with it to get a small vector whose length is 1?
Or we could divide it by 5?
Yeah, we could divide it by 5. And if we do that, we're going to end up with 5 small vectors, and each of their magnitudes should be what?
1?
It should be 1. See how that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so let's look at the formula now. The formula says we are going to take the vector and divide it by the size or the length. Isn't that what we're doing here? And isn't that what you just tell me?
Yeah.
So um if I want to find a unit vector, all I have to do, so wait there, give me a second. All right. Yeah, so real, I'm gonna if you're there. You there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Wait. Right? So if I want to find a unit vector in the same direction of OC, we just need to divide the vector by its length slash magnitude. So Ria, if I want to find, so the symbol for unit vector is just top hat, right? OC top hat is the same thing as this.
O C what?
Well, for this particular question, since the vector is O to C, I'll say
Uh-huh.
OC top hat. A top hat,
Top
yeah,
hat?
yeah,
Okay.
that's literally what you call a top hat.
Oh, okay.
It would just be equal to the vector. And could you tell me what is the vector OC? Now, we're dealing with unit vectors, so you need to tell me it in unit vector form. So you can't tell me, you can't tell me, you can't tell me 3, 4 in column vector form. You need to tell me in unit vector form. So
Okay.
in this form. So it's going to be the vector is 3i plus 4j divided by what?
5.
5. And that make and that's like common sense, like it makes sense intuitively, right? Like it's not a fancy maths. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we work this out, wouldn't we get 3 over 5i plus what?
4 over 5J.
Right? Nice. So I needed to understand that. So what we just found was a direction vector for OC. And you're probably wondering, but what the heck do I mean? Like, I could understand that people confused right now, but stay with me. So Ria, you understand that what we just did, right? We just now cut this up into 5 small pieces. Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And one of these small pieces, what is one of these small pieces? Like, tell me, what's one of these small pieces?
1.
Yes, its length is 1, but what would its vector be?
Um.
Okay, I'll show you. So this is the answer here.
Oh.
So if I take this vector and I cut it into 5 pieces, then that piece would be 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5j. So watch, this is what I'm talking about. Check it out, right? So 3 over 5 is 0.6. That would be somewhere over here. So this would be 3 over 5. Right? And then I would move 4 over 5. 4 over 5 would be like, wait, Okay, so I need you to tell me if you're genuinely confused. Like this is the part where I need you to tell me if you're genuinely confused. You see what I just drew? That is a unit vector. Um, Ria, tell me how confused you are.
No, I was reading it on my own and trying to see if I understand it.
Do you?
Yes,
All right.
because yeah, I understand.
Okay, I just gonna go it over one more time, right? Who to call? Who would get lost kind of easily? Anybody lost? Like Perseus, are you lost? Like really badly?
So not so lost because I thought we had other workouts to do. So I didn't know that was actually the answer.
That's literally it. It's very simple. All you're doing is you're just taking a vector and dividing it by its magnitude. That's all. So Perseus, O to C, was he length of that vector?
5 units. So
So if I want to get a vector whose length is 1, what would I need to do with OC? So O to C is 5, but I want to get a small piece whose length is 1. So what do you think I should do with the entire vector?
divide
I should divide it by what?
by 5.
By 5. And if I do that, I'm going to end up with this small vector over here. And this small vector is 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5g, right? And you should note that it's going in the same direction as the big vector. Perseus, are they going in the same direction?
Yes, sir.
One just bigger than the other, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So can you see that the vector that we found goes in the same direction as O to C? It goes in the same direction. However, what do you think its length is going to be? Its magnitude or length, same thing. What do you think is going to be?
Mm,
So without using a calculator, let me try to understand it. So Perseus, this vector we found here, right? We found it by dividing the entire vector by 5. So if the entire vector was 5 units long, and this is just 1/5 of the entire thing, what do you think the length would be?
like uh,
Okay, let me run that back one more time. So Perseus,
so I get lost right there.
okay, what's the length of the entire thing,
5, sir. 5 units
right? And we divided that 5
by 3 and
no, by 5.
4 by 5. Okay.
Okay, first things first, Perseus, what is a unit vector?
A unit vector is when whose magnitude is 1.
Okay, when the magnitude is 1, do you know what that means? Like, be honest with me. Do you know what it means? Like you actually understand?
Is the magnitude must like be 1, sir?
Okay, but do you know what magnitude means?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go it over still, right? I'll still go it over. Magnitude is just this, it's just the length of the vector. That's all. That's what it is. So like if you had to travel from O to C in this direction, it could be like 5 meters or something, right? That's the length. The entire thing is 5 units. A unit vector though has a length of 1. Magnitude and length, you could think of it in the same manner, right? It means the same thing. So Perseus, if you had to walk from O to C, what would that be?
That would be 5.
That'd be 5 units, right? If I had to
Yes.
walk from, let me give this thing a name. Um, let me just call this B. If I wanted to walk from O to B, what is the distance you think it would be? What length?
That would be 1.
It'd be 1, right? It'd be 1. That makes sense because what I did was I divided the entire vector by 5. And Perseus, if I do that, that means I'm going to cut the big thing, the big vector, into 5 small pieces. And that would mean one small piece would have a length of 1. Understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
Because if the entire thing is 5, and if I divide it by 5, I'll get one small piece whose length is 1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we call that a unit vector in the direction of the large vector. So this is a unit vector, right? Perseus, how much unit vectors do you think it'll take to make up the entire vector? So a unit vector is a small vector over here.
We'll take one.
The
It's
entire,
between 1 and 5, too.
okay, no, but I don't want you to guess. I want you to think about it logically. So Perseus, this is O to C. That's the entire. That's O to C. O to C is 5 units, right? How much
Yes, sir.
this small one,
1, sir.
right? So how much you would if that is 1, how much you would need to cover 5?
You need 4?
You need 4 more, right? But altogether you need 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I have a question, Perseus. If I were to multiply this out by 5, what vector should I get back?
You should get back 5.
No. You're
No.
talking about the length. I understand you're talking about the length, but which vector would I get back? So this vector that's a unit vector in the direction of O to C, right? So is a smaller vector, is a piece of O to C. You can think of it like that, a piece of O to C. So if O to C is the original vector, then if I multiply this by 5, I should get back what?
3/5.
Maybe we should multiply by 5 and see what happens. If I multiply 3 over 5 by 5, what am I going to get? What's 3 over 5 by 5?
3
Right? So I'm going to get 3i. What's 4 over 5 by 5?
and 4.
What was the name of that vector?
4J.
No.
No. Oh, the unit vector, sir.
No, that's not a unit vector. A unit vector has a magnitude of 1.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, I'm mixing up myself.
Right? On the screen, what vector is that? 3i plus 4j. That,
That, that is,
so if you go 3 units to the right and then 4 up, where would that take you to?
that'll take you to C1C.
Right, so that vector there is O to C. That's O to C.
Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it a little too much.
That's okay. I'm gonna go it over another time. So I need somebody else to make sure they understand it as well. All right. Um, what's it called? Sky. You understand what's going on so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Sky.
But
Yeah.
I was just going to say basically when it is break it down and then you're multiplying it back to 5 to get back the original. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's the
like
gist of it. That's the gist
yeah,
of it. And so Sky, if I were to find the magnitude of this, like actually find the magnitude of it, what do you think I'm supposed to get?
it would be 5.
Of the small one?
Yes. Wait, I don't know actually.
Think about it logically. If O to C, the entire thing, right? The entire thing is 5 units.
Yes, sir.
And this is 1/5 of O to C. What do you think the length should be?
So 1.
You said 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 is correct. 1 is correct.
Yeah.
So let me verify that. Do you remember how to find the magnitude of a vector?
It's really inverse x squared plus y squared.
Correct. So Tell me, for this vector over here, the unit vector, what is the x value?
So 3/5 I and then the Y is
All right, so 3 over 5 squared. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Then we will say the y
4/5.
component is 4 over 5, so 4 over 5 squared. Now, when I work that out, what am I supposed to get? Since the vector we found here is just is just 1/5 of the entire thing, we know that it's supposed to be what? Right now, we find in the length of the vector, the length of the small vector. We know that it should
Then,
be equal to what?
yeah, that's what we wanted.
You said 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 will be correct, and I'll prove it. Let me plug that into the calculator real quick. So, square root 3 over 5 squared plus 4 over 5. All right, so Rhea, when I press the equal sign, what am I supposed to get?
Um, 1.
Yeah, supposed to get, right? Because we just found a unit vector, right? So, Perseus and Rhea, I want to just explain this one more time. So, what I'm
Let's
saying is,
1 second. How you would play it in a sharp calculator, though, like the work it?
okay,
Because Sharp don't have the fancy buttons.
Yes, on his fan calculator.
all right. So, you're going to press the square root button, right? Then you're going to open a bracket. Going to put 3 divided by 5, close bracket. Going to raise that to the power 2, plus, open brackets, 4 divided by 5, close bracket, squared. Try that and see if you get through. If you want to be extra safe, you could put in another pair of brackets. Real brackets with a sharp. Try putting that in into the calculator and tell me if you get an 1.
Okay, so I got it.
You get through? Okay.
Yes.
Ria, just confirm that you're getting that. If you're not, don't feel shame and tell me. Tell me if you're not getting that.
Uh, oh, and I got 1.5. I don't know why. I
Alright.
didn't put it. I didn't put it squared.
Okay, well, make sure you get the correct answer.
I'm gonna do it over again. So I got 1.24. I don't know why.
Okay. Some more picture where you plug into your calculator.
Okay. So right after I press 0, I have to put it in again. Just give me a second.
Exactly what you see here, right? Exactly. So you're gonna press the square root button, then you're gonna open up a bracket, open up another bracket, then 3 divided by 5, close bracket squared plus open bracket 4 divided by 5 close bracket squared close bracket again. I think I could understand why the Casio is superior.
Yeah, that one now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Send it on the group chat.
Okay.
Do you all want me to leave where you should plug in the shop, like to the side? Should I leave this in the notes?
Actually, yes, too. That'll actually be good.
Okay. Sharp users. All right, so let's just run through this one more time before we move forward, right? So this is actually an example, right? This is an example here. Right, and this is a unit vector. Great. Again, I really don't want to confuse anybody, but I understand that it's very easy to get confused by. All right. So, Ria, this is the formula to find a unit vector, right? Whatever the vector is, top hat, the vector divided by the magnitude of the vector. Let's understand that graphically. So, Ria, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ria, let's really try to understand this like intuitively. So the original vector was 3i plus 4j. Is that a unit vector?
No.
No, because if you find the magnitude of it, what's the magnitude of that?
5.
5. That can't be a unit vector. So if I have a vector and the entire length is 5, and if I divide up and if I cut up that vector into 5 small pieces, and each small piece will have a length of 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so this would be a length of 1. 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 Length of 1. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I could include any diagram. This would be 1. This would be 1 unit. 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 Great. So you're sure you understand that like crystal clear.
Yes, sir.
So if I want to find unit vector, notice I'm saying unit vector in the direction of O to C. You need to understand that as well, because sometimes they will ask you to figure out they will ask you to figure out a vector with a specified magnitude in the same direction. You'll need to know how to work out as well. Right? So Ria, O to C is in this direction, and to see in that, O to C is in that direction.
Yes, sir.
And it has a length of 5. Great. We understand that. What we found here was a unit vector in the direction of what? What direction is that in? Is that in the same direction of O to C?
Yeah.
And both of them pointing in the same direction?
Yeah.
One just have a length of what?
5.
And the other one have a length of?
What?
So O to C has a length of 5, and this
Right.
has a length of what?
1.
Great. And do you understand that to find the unit vector, O to C top hat, it was just the big vector, which is O to C, divided by the magnitude of O to C, which is 5. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And doing that, we get 4 over 5i plus 4 over 5j. And when I put it on the graph, when I put it on the graph, can you see that it literally looks like 1/5 of O to C?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. Do you all need time to copy this down? Or would you all just prefer to copy it down after class? Could I trust you all with such a important task? That's the question. Could I?
Yes, sir.
Joshua, you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So Joshua, do you understand that the length of this whole vector is 5, and so the entire vector is 5? Seeing that?
Yes, sir.
So Joshua, if I wanted to find a smaller vector whose length is 1, and I should just take the big vector and divide it by 5?
Yes. Because
Because yeah, tell me.
because if it's 5 units, I will find, and I'm trying to find for one makes sense to divide by 5.
Exactly, it makes sense. And when we do that, we'll end up with 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5j. And when we look at it graphically, you can see that it literally looks like 1/5 of the big vector OC. So it making sense. We understand it. Nice. All right, so we revisited unit vectors. Great. So let me give you all a question. I had a nice question in art maths. Okay, so Ria, let me know if you're there, right? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So Ria, can we both agree that 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5j is in the same direction as O to C, and it has a length of 1?
Yes, sir.
Great. I'm really happy that we could agree with that. That's important. It's very important.
Yes, sir. And I got involved today.
That's good. I really like to hear that. You're saving me here. You're saving me. Oh, I said you're saving me here. That's like a double play out words because you're literally saving me here. Like me here on my head. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Great. So I think everybody by now should understand how to find a unit vector. It's just the big vector divided by the length of the vector. That's all. That's it. That's all. And the example is over here. This is the example. All right. You also need to be able to find find okay, find um another vector with a specified right. So Ria, this is where things might get a little complicated. Little. But I think we can still follow along. Sky, if I'm starting to lose you, just tell me, right?
Okay, sir.
So, Sky, I want you to read what I have on the screen.
Um, and another vector that's a specified length in the same direction.
Okay, nice. So Sky, up to now, let's recap what we know. So we know how to find the unit vector.
Yes.
And the unit vector for O to C was what? What was the unit vector? It was what? All right. Sky, having a little bit of a problem with this. O to C, the unit vector. Tell me if that giving you some trouble.
So yeah, man.
I hearing you now.
Um, so my brain got like a funky. I don't know because I was not just saying that.
All right. So Sky, what was the original vector, the O to C?
3, 4.
It was, when we doing this topic, I like to say it's in the unit vector form. So 3i plus,
I plus 4G.
right. And to find a unit vector, we said we just take that and divide it by,
The um the magazine,
right. And what was the magnitude of O to C?
5 units.
5 units, right? Great, great. So we'd end up with 3 over 5i plus,
Um 12 or 5G.
nice. Now, what if I told you this? Find the vector B. Find the vector O to B. That. All right, so Sky, I want you to read what I have here.
Find the vector to be given that it is in the same direction as C has a magnitude slash length slash size of the units.
All right, so Sky, um, let's look at the diagram first, right? So this unit vector we found, right? What was the unit vector again?
Such 2 over 5 I plus 4 over 5.
And that means, and that corresponds to 1 unit,
Yes, sir.
and isn't it in the same direction as O to C?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to find O to B, and it's telling me that is in the same direction as O to C, and it has a length of 3, what do you think I to do with the unit vector?
2 multiplied by 2.
Yeah, that's literally it. That's it. Because Sky, and if I multiply this thing by 3, and I would and I would and I would now have a length of 3,
Yes, sir.
wouldn't it be in the same direction as O to C?
Yes, sir.
That's literally it. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Nice. It's something like we understand in this concept, man. That's great. That's great. So the answer for this, so O to B, I feel like I should do the answer in a different color. Let me just change this color one time too. I don't want everything to be in blue. Maybe a different shade. Mm, put in that blue over there. Why not? Right. So sky is literally what you just told me, right? So sky, if I want to find for O to B, it's just going to be 3 times O, 3 times what? 3 times the unit vector, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So 3 over 5I plus 4 over 5G. What would that give me? So 3 by 3 is?
9.
Right, so that's going to be 9 over 5I plus,
12.
yeah, 12 over 5G. Yeah. So are we okay with that so far?
Yes, sir.
And if I put it on the graph, shouldn't it be like approximately over here? Like
Yes, approximately.
approximately. Let me see. Remember, and nothing here was perfect, right? It's just to get the concept across. So 9 over 5 is what? That's like that's 1.1, 1.8 or something.
Yes, sir.
Check it's in the calculator from a 9 over 5. That's 1.8. Just verify that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So then, also, I just wanted to, tell you something with the calculator.
You say you want to tell me something after with regards to the calculator.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna buy a Casio?
So how about Cassie already?
Oh, so you like in smooth sailing then, like you should be good.
Yes, sir. But it had one thing that was kind of confusing me. Like, the little calculator in the shop, sometimes I used to just like, um, put in a fraction and it'll give me a decimal, right? So if I
Oh,
just add,
you
yeah,
want to figure out how to get a decimal on a Casio?
yes, sir.
Well, just press S to D. S to D.
That's 3.
Yeah, just press that.
So I am saying that. So the S3 that you have there, or I see that, no, I see that.
You got through?
Yes, it does.
Okay, no problem. So let's just estimate, right? 9 over 5 would be somewhere over there. And 12 over 5, that looking like 2.4. I'll be like right here. Let me see if we end up at the approximate location. Do we? And we do. Sky, you understand everything? Like everything making sense?
Yes, I see that.
Right. So I trust that you understand that. So Sky, if instead the question had said find the vector O to D, given that is the same direction and has a magnitude of 20, what did I do instead?
So the so that's not. So then 20 divided by the unit vector,
20 divided or 20 by?
we then now give multiply.
Yeah, we multiply 20 multiplied by that,
Yes,
right? So so the basic concept is if you want to find a vector, if you want to find a new vector, all you have to do is, yeah, you just have to take the magnitude. You're gonna take the magnitude and you're gonna multiply it by the what? See if you can figure that out, Sky. You're multiplying it by the what?
So I was missing my part. So the unit vector.
Yep. And you get your answer. That's simple. This is the general procedure, right? And this is an application of it. Okay, so I feel like some people's like still very confused. I believe so. Like how to be, right? I'm sure some people still confused. If all they confused, tell me no. Tell me. All they know, I don't mind re-explain anything like several times. That's fine. If you don't understand it, tell me. Perseus, you understand everything? Like 100%?
I'll put it at 99.9%.
Okay, then can you explain it for me then?
Actually, no, sir, it's 100%.
No, no, no. I think you should explain it to me. Since you say it's 100%. Since you say
Why?
100%, right?
So why I explain no?
Because I know you have a hard time with maths, and I most believe if you could explain it to me, it will help you get over the hurdle. All right. I used to hate maths myself. Trust me. But
I think it's because of the way how I think it was the way how it has some people who does teach well and I can understand, but sometimes I can't understand. But the way how you teach it, I understand and it's better. That is the thing.
well, that's great. If that is the case, you should be able to explain it back to me.
The whole thing, sir.
Or I'll hold your hand and we go walk it through together. I wouldn't just throw you into the ocean, right? Okay. So Perseus, I want, and I hope I'll paying attention, eh? Like, let me just check the participants. So, Adetola, Joshua, Mira, Ria, Simran, Sky, I'll put paying attention. I'm looking at all you. I can't see all you, but I'm looking at all you, right? I have special glasses, right? I can tell us some all you sleeping. I can tell us some all you on TikTok, you know? Some all you sending IG reels to all your friends. I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. And a reason why I could see it is I do the same thing myself. So, yeah, I know what I'll be doing. All right. So, Perseus, I want you to read this one. Read this one.
Find another vector with a specified length in the same direction.
First things first, a specified length. They could tell us any length, right? They could say like 5, 7, whatever. And then they say in the same direction. Perseus, let me run through something, right? And let me just adding back this thing. I realize you can't really see it the way it is right now. Right. Yeah. So Perseus, when we find the unit vector, what's the length of the unit vector when we find it? What's the length of it?
Length was 5 units, sir.
5
Not
units.
5.
Nah, not 5. 5 is not the unit vector. 5 is the length of the entire vector.
One, sir?
1. Yes. 1.
Yes, sir.
And what is the vector we found? What was the unit
The
vector we found?
We found 5, sir?
5. No.
No.
Okay. Let's run through
I
let's run through the process quickly once more. O to C. What's vector O to C?
want to see 3 3i plus 4g.
Great. And that has a magnitude of
Have a magnitude of 5.
5. Great. So if I want to find a vector that is in the same direction, wouldn't it just be along the vector, but just like a smaller piece of it? Watch. If this is O to C, wouldn't our vector just be like a small portion of that? Like a unit
Yes.
vector? So if its length is 5, I would have to divide the entire thing into how much pieces to get one with a length of 1. How much pieces? I have to divide it by how much? So
You have to divide it by 5, sir.
by 5, because 5 divided by 5 is,
5 divided by 5 is 1.
and we want to get a unit vector, and the length of a unit vector is,
So the
and the length of a unit vector is,
1, sir.
great. So we're going to take OC and we're going to divide it by 5, and that's how we got 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5j. That's what happened. You see it with me so far?
Yes.
So first things first, O to C is a what kind of vector? OC top part, the top part here. That makes that vector what?
That makes it unit vector.
Right, because its magnitude is what? What is its magnitude?
Its magnitude is 3 over 5i plus 4 over 5j.
No, that's the vector itself. If you want to find the magnitude, it would be square root of 3 over 5 squared plus 4 over 5 squared.
But I
Right?
keep on forgetting that part too. The squared.
But you don't need to do all that. Since we took the big vector and we divided it by 5, what should be its length anyways?
It should be
Should be 1, right? So O to C is a vector with a length of 1 in the same direction as what vector? So what other vector we have is in the same direction as a small vector here?
O to B.
Forget about O to B. That is the question.
Oh,
What's the big vector? O to what?
O to C, sir.
Right. So the unit vector has a length of,
It has a length of 5, sir.
no.
1.
1. Yes. It's a unit vector. So its length is 1. Right? Its length is 1 and it's in the same direction as, so
As
length 1 and same direction as what vector?
O to C.
Great. So if I wanted to find a vector that's in the same direction as O to C, but it has a length or magnitude of 3, we think I should do the unit vector. If the unit vector has a length of 1, and I want to get a vector whose length is 3, we think I should do the unit vector.
Multiply, sir. Find the magnitude of it.
Right. So I would just take this and I would multiply it by 3 to find a new vector. That's all. So once we have the unit vector, we could actually do a lot of things. Right? So once we have a unit vector, we could find any other vector along the line OC or even beyond it. Right? But any vector we find will be in the same direction as O to C. Right? So sometimes you'll see them refer to the unit vector as the direction vector because it tells you the direction of a much bigger vector. So Perseus, if I want to find vector OB, they're telling me that OB is in the same direction as OC and it has a length magnitude size of 3. So Perseus, if that is the case, then it's going to be in the same direction as OC, right? And it's going to be in the same direction as the unit vector. So Perseus, any unit vector has a length of 1
Yes, sir.
and is in the same direction as OC. So all you have to do is just take this and multiply it by 3, and that would give you the new vector, OB. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So to find OB is going to be 3 times the unit vector, and you'll get your new vector, OB. Right? And that's it. That's essentially all you had to know for unit vectors. That's it. So we'll do a question now. I will give you all 5 minutes.
So are we going to like do practice on this? Like more practice? Like
It,
for homework?
yeah. You see, this particular topic rarely ever comes in the exam, but I think it's so good to cover in case it does come. It more so comes in art maths, but I've seen it before in like the really old years for maths.
Okay.
Right, so it's a question you want to try. Right, so um if you want, take a screenshot of while at it, I should probably highlight this stuff so when you're looking back at these notes, it'll make sense. Just fix up everything one time. Highlight this. I just fixing up the notes so like or I could take a screenshot and attempt the question. Right? How do I that? I just share it quickly for now. All right, so you all could take screenshots, right? One moment. All right, so take a screenshot of this. All right, so once you all have a screenshot, let me know. If you want, you could take it and send it on the chat. All right. Guys, actually, I will take a screenshot and send it on the chat to save time. I realized I didn't have WhatsApp open on my laptop. So give me a moment. By chance, are you all hearing me? Let me know if you guys hearing me.
Yes.
Okay, good. This WhatsApp taking long to load. Like, okay. Yeah, I figured I could do that. So, all right, you let me know if you receive it on WhatsApp. Okay. Good. All right, so I'm going to give you all 5 minutes to attempt this question. Right. So yeah, guys, give that a go. Guys, were you able to figure out the magnitude at least? Let me know if y'all got through with the magnitude. Guys, everybody is very quiet. Any of y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Joshua, did you get through with the magnitude?
Still figuring that out.
Okay. Sky, did you get through the magnitude? Okay, and I hear Sky. Ria, did you get through the magnitude? Okay, Sky.
So I got 6.7.
Okay. You know what? I want you to leave your answer in terms of a square root. Proper what is a SID? I want you to leave your answer in terms of a SID.
Okay.
Actually, this is a hard maths question, right? I don't want to confuse all the words, SIDs and whatnot. Just leave it as a decimal. Let me just confirm the answer. Um, did you get 6.708?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wait. Oh, but the problem is you that would look real ugly, and it wouldn't be standard form either. Now you gotta leave it as a SID. I will show you how to do that, but you got the correct magnitude. Right? Ria, did you get the unit vector?
So I'm still working on that part.
Okay. Okay, the time is up. Did any of you all get through with the unit vector? Okay. Based on the silence, I suppose not. All right. Let me know if you guys ready for me to correct the question.
So I got 1.34.
For the unit vector.
Yeah.
Okay, but a unit vector would comprise of a I and a J. So it wouldn't just be one number.
Oh,
All right. Let we correct it.
I solve it.
I.e. Nah. Let me go through it together, right? So the first question is to find the magnitude of A. All right. Right? So Joshua, I want to make sure you understand this. So Joshua, we have a vector here, and it's in a unit vector form. So we have A is equal to 3i plus 6j. And that would be in the form x plus yi, right? This is in the unit vector form. Xi plus yj. It's in a unit vector form. So, Joshua, anytime you want to find the magnitude of a vector, it's just going to be the square root of x squared plus y squared. So tell me, Joshua, if we want to find the magnitude of vector A, that would be equal to the square root of what? What would be x,
3 squared plus 6 squared.
right? 3 squared plus 6 squared. And what are you getting for that? Let me know what you're getting for that. So if we plug that into the calculator, right? Square root of 3 squared.
Oh, so actually I forgot to I got the answer, but I literally did not find the square root of the answer. That's what I realized.
Then you didn't get the answer.
Not fully,
Nah,
but
you
I
didn't.
now get it.
You would not get it. Yeah, you had
I
to
might
do
have
that.
a mark though for trying.
Unfortunately, the world is cruel. Probably not. If it was like a longer question, sure, but this question will be a 1 mark question, right? So I might lose some of you all, right? But I'm gonna show you the proper thing. So the square root of 3 squared plus 6 squared, the exact answer will be 3 root 5. If you plug it into your Casio calculator, you'll get that, right? For those that are not doing hard maths, I don't think I should dwell too much into it, as I might confuse you. But this is the exact answer. The exact answer is just 3 root 5, right? So Joshua, do you understand how to find magnitude?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In maths, when you're doing the exam, you'll get nicer numbers. Like most likely you'll get an exact answer. But in this particular question, since I got it from my AdMath notes, it's kind of funky. So we'll leave the answer in the exact form, 3 root 5. Right? And this is approximately 6 point, I think it was 6.708, which is just 6.71. Right? 6.71. How much of you all got that for the first one? Find any magnitude. Did you all get
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I got
Okay.
okay? Nice. Glad to hear you all got through. Next question. We want to find the unit vector. So if you want to find the unit vector, so v top hat is just equal to the original vector divided by the magnitude of the vector, right? So we want to find the unit vector for A, so A top hat. And could somebody tell me what vector A was originally? So wait, we'll need to write the formula, right? So the specific formula would be A all over the magnitude of E. That's what. So you need to do this step, right? This is the general formula, and this is the specific formula. So Sky, do you understand that in this question, we're not dealing with V, we're dealing with A, right?
Yes, sir.
So you'll write A top part is equal to A all over the magnitude of A. So let's continue. So Sky, what's vector A? What is vector A?
So, 36.
Again, we're not using column vector form. We're strictly using unit vector form.
3i plus 60.
Did you use column vector form?
So to be honest, I forget that one part about this. What is this called again, sir? The thing about VA?
top part. This?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's called top part. I know it's funny name, right? Top part. A top part.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
right? And do we know what the magnitude of A is? Sky, what did you get for the magnitude of A?
So 6.7.
Right, but the exact answer will be 3 root 5. If you
True.
if you get into a casino, you should get
Yes, sir. I
correct.
did I had got that before.
But then you press the STD button.
Yeah. I didn't know what I meant first.
This is the exact answer. 3 root 5 is the exact answer. That's the exact answer.
Okay, sir.
You'll see why I prefer it. So now I'm going to put 3 root 5 as the magnitude of A. And what's going to happen next? This is going to happen next. So I'm going to write 3 over what? Tell me, Sky, 3 over what?
So,
So tell me.
it is 3/5 plus 6/5.
No, it will be 3 over 3 root
3/3. Oh,
because
okay.
this is the magnitude. That was the exact answer, right? Plus 6 over 3 root 5, right? So what's going to happen here? 3 into 3 is 1, so the 3 and 3 would cancel off. 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 6, 2. So the final answer is going to be what, Sky? So 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 3, 1. So that'll be 1 over root 5i. And what the next one?
So then it got me
2 over root 5. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yep. And question, if I find the magnitude of that, what am I supposed to get?
3/5.
What am I supposed to get?
Say 3/5.
No.
No.
What did I just find? What did I just find? So I just found the unit vector. And what's the length of our unit vector? What's the size of our unit vector?
One.
Yes. Check it out, right? In the previous question, and you had told me if I want to find a unit vector for this, I would just take the entire vector and divide it by 5.
Yes, sir.
That's the same thing we do here. We took the entire vector A and divided it by the magnitude. So we just found a unit vector. And so the unit vector has to have a magnitude of, remind me, Sky. You got to do calculations. So a unit.
Mm.
What number? Okay, the answer is 1, right? Because it's a unit vector. Anytime you take so watch. In this example, O to C was 5 units. If I divide it by 5, I'll get a vector whose length is 1. It's the same concept here. Same concept. So we just found the unit vector. This is a unit vector for A, and it has a length of 1. And we could verify that because if I put it into the calculator and I find the magnitude, it's going to be 1 over root 5 squared plus 2 over root 5. When I press equal, what am I supposed to get? Yep, I will get 1. And part C. So Sky,
Sir,
yeah,
yes, sir. How are we supposed to put this on the sharp calculator though?
you
I
can't,
understand
you can't, it
this.
wouldn't get any sharp. It wouldn't get any sharp. Yeah,
Wow.
that's the answer. It will not get any sharp. The sharp will give you the answer. It's also decimal. If you'd have to manually work it out. So this you would end up with 9 plus 36 is 45, and you'd have to manually work it out. So the square root of 45 is the same thing as root 9 by root 5, and the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 root 5. You'd have to manually work it out. You wouldn't get the answer on the sharp. Yeah. That's telling you. Cassie is the way. It's the way. It's the code. It makes your life a lot easier. Right. Part C now. Don't worry, I'll give you all another question that's simpler. Right, that's a lot simpler. Okay. So Ria, on a scale of 1 to 10, how lost are you?
So a good is just these numbers, not kind.
Yeah, it's not kind. I got it from AdMaths notes, so it would not be kind. But it's the
But
same.
I understand the formulas and how to apply it and stuff.
Okay, nice. Well, here what? Let me do part C.
Oh well, all right.
Is the same thing as this. Like as this. It's the same thing. I promise you, it's the same thing as this. Right? So Ria, in this question, they wanted us to find OB, and they said it was in the same direction as OC, and they specified the length. So the new vector would just be the new length by the unit vector. That's all.
Okay.
So read part C for me.
The vector b, which has a magnitude of square root
10.
of 10 units in the direction of a.
Right. So tell Maria, what do you think we should do?
Um,
All right. So the unit vector, what's the unit vector we found? What's the unit vector we found?
um, 1 over root 5 I plus 2 over root 5j,
What's the length of that?
1
And what direction would that be in?
a.
Perfect. So if
Right.
that is 1 and is in the direction of A, in this question, I want to find something that has a length of
10
root 10 and is in the
root
direction of.
a.
What do you think I should do with the unit vector?
Multiply it
Yeah, that's it.
by root 10. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I tell you, it's simple. It's just looking hard. So that will just be root 10, right? By 1 all over root 5. Right? I plus 2 over right? Right? So we'll just say, so in the calculator, you're going to put root 10 by 1 all over root 5, and you'll get root 2. If you want to do the long way, right, all it is root 10. Root 10 is the same thing as root 2 by root 5. So if I multiply that by 1 over root 5, your root 5 is going to cancel off, and root 2 by 1 is just root 2, right? So the first one is just going to be root 2i, root 2i, and the other one is going to be, well, root 10 is the same thing as root 2 by root 5 multiplied by 2 all over square root of 5, Again, the root 5 is going to cancel off. And so I'm going to end up with square root of 2 by 2, which is just 2 root 2. Yeah. And that's it. Obviously, you will be dealing with a lot simpler, like numbers that actually work out really nicely. Right? But it's like an extreme example. Right? So Ria, I have a question. If I find the magnitude of that, what is it supposed to be?
Sorry, so you can repeat that?
If I find the magnitude of this, what am I supposed to get?
1.
1?
Yeah.
That's what? Think carefully about what you're saying.
Um, 10.
Root 10, right? I suppose
10.
yeah. The only vector that I will get a magnitude of 1 is this vector. This is a unit vector. We took the unit vector and we multiplied it by root 10. So when I plug this into my calculator, like if I find the magnitude of it, I'm supposed to get root 10. Let's verify that. So it's going to be square root of root 2 squared plus open bracket 2 close bracket squared. Rhea, what do we get?
Root 10.
Right, so we are 100% correct. So you all could copy on this working, and I'm going to give you all a simpler question where things should work out a lot more nicely. Right? So I'll send a screenshot of this. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I realized I was muted for however long. That's crazy. Um, did anybody attempt the question? I don't know how long I was muted for. That's crazy. Ria, did you try the question?
Yes, sir. I'm doing it.
This is going a lot better than the last one.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, Sky, did you get through with part A already?
So yeah, I do. I have finished it.
Say that again.
So I say again, true.
You getting through? Okay. So you finished with part A. I see you on me, pan hearing ya. Hmm. I want to wait until all this sun are working for this question. I wanna make sure they could at least do this one. Like I need to see that you could do this one. Okay, so I'm gonna give all as much time. I want to at least get one answer from somebody. I want to make sure that you all know how to answer this one because it's a very simple question compared to the last one. It's the same steps. Persist, did you get through?
Wait, which question, sir?
This whole question.
Also, actually, getting through just on B right now, just trying to finish it up.
Okay. Sky, for part A, you are correct. You are correct. Oh, Ria, I see the problem. For the last question,
Yes, sir. I know it have a problem. I don't know if it's me or my calculator.
no, not the calculator. The problem is for the last question, right? When we are finding the new vector, we aren't finding a value, you know. We finding a vector. And so your final answer should have I and J in it.
Oh,
I don't know, you left out the I and J.
oh,
It's supposed to
okay.
be 5 by, so it'll be 40 over 100 I plus 30 over 100 J. That's 0.7. You're not supposed to get a number. It's a vector you're finding for, so it's supposed to have I and J in it.
Okay.
All right, but I'll take that, right? So let's correct the question. Okay, Simran, I see that you sent me something. All right. Okay, Simran, it looks correct. But I would advise to leave your answer as a fraction. Right? So you all need to work on how you're structuring your working. So let's take our times and let's take our time and handle this question carefully. Right, so Ria, you there?
Yes, sir. Here.
Right. So the working I'm gonna put here is gonna be the ideal working that I should have in the exam. So if we want to find the magnitude of z, it's going to be equal to the square root of x squared. X squared is 8, so that'll be 8 squared. Y is 6, so I'm going to write 6 squared, right? And this should be equal to 10. So the magnitude of z is 10, right? So 10 units. Did I put units in the last one? No, I did not. I'm supposed to put that. Right. Nice. So that was only working for part A. Let's look at part B now. Right, so this is the ideal working you're supposed to have. Right. Now, Ria, in part B, they want us to find the unit vector, right? So to find the unit vector, which is z top hat, that would be equal to vector z all over the magnitude of z. So, oh, I now realize you made a little mistake, Ria. See, you put over 100.
Oh, oh, oh my God.
Yeah, so let me
So I think I just crashing a little bit.
I think so, because 4 was
That's my mistake.
real maths. So let me do the proper thing here. So I'm gonna put what z is. So z is 8i plus 6j, and we're going to divide that by the magnitude of z. What is the magnitude of z?
10.
Right? 10. So now we're going to split this up into its separate fractions. So I'm going to write 8 over 10i plus,
6 over 10g.
right. We could simplify this. What is 8 over 10 if you simplify it?
2. Hold on. 4/5.
Right? 4/5. So we're going to end up with 4/5 I, right? Plus what?
3/5 j.
Yes. Right. That was easy, right? Even if you get that correct.
So, well, I would have get correct if I did use the right unit, but yeah. If we do simplify it, it would be wrong.
No, it will be correct, but I would advise you to simplify it,
Okay.
right? So Simran, like I say, I would advise you to leave your answer as a fraction, right? Leave your answer as a fraction. Because what if you had a fraction like I did now? Would you write 0.33? 3333 going on? Or you would have to round it off. So point I'm saying is leave your answer as a fraction because that's the exact form. Don't round off, right? Okay, so part C. Right? So Ria, how do you work this one out? So we want to find vector C.
Um, we we gonna multiply 5 by the unit vector.
Right? So 4 over 5 I, right? Plus 3 over 5 J, J,
Yes. Yes.
all this. All right. Yeah, and now we're going to multiply and expand. So what's 5 by 4 over 5I?
20 over 5i.
And even simpler, you could think of it like 5 and the 5 would cancel off, so that'll just be 4I.
I was now going to ask if it does apply to that.
Yep, is a fraction. So 5 multiplied by 4 over 5I, and then plus 5 multiplied by 3 over 5J. So the 5 and the 5 cancels off there, cancels off over here. So C will be equal to 4I, right, plus 3G. Let me know if you understand that.
Yeah.
And if I find the magnitude of this, what am I supposed to get?
5.
Let's see. 4 squared plus 3 squared. 4 squared is 16. 3 squared is 9. What's 16 plus 9?
25.
What's the square root of 25?
5.
We are 100% correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So how you feeling about this? Like, you feel like it's something you could master, like something you could get correct?
Yeah, that last part is just a little thing, but understanding it.
So like all you're doing is you're just taking the unit vector and multiplying it by a number, that's all. Don't forget to write back the I and the J.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's almost is as important as the brackets.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because a vector is a set of directions, you know. If you just write 0.7, what I mean? What does 0.7 mean? When I write 4I plus 3J, it literally means that I have to move 4 to the right and then 3 up. That's the whole point of it. It's a vector. If you just write a number, I don't know what that means. Yeah. So be careful, right? Perseus, be very real with me. How much of this did you get correct?
So I actually, when I did the part B in the calculator, I just put in everything. I did not simplify and I got 1 for the unit vector.
Okay, again, right? We need to put I and J.
Yes, I did for the I and the J.
Okay, I want you to send more the working you have so I could guide you as to how to structure your working,
Okay, so I will.
right? But that's essentially it for today. I will curate some questions and send it for you all to do, right? We cover all of unit vectors. Resultant vectors we technically did already. The next thing we need to really look at is collinear vectors and ratios, and that will put an end to vectors. All right, so Simran, let me know if you understand everything that I did. Let me just go back to the working. Tell me, Simran, you okay with everything that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah? Simran, you're sounding real shy. You okay?
Yeah.
How was Diwali?
It was alright.
It could have been better. It's sounding like
Yeah.
you're like you're like fireworks something.
No.
What's about the Diwali Nagaria? When you check out there?
I wanted to go in but I didn't get to.
With Okay. What about food? Yeah, like stuff up on food? Or you get fed up?
I didn't want it to say food because like the whole month of September I say food.
Get the fast.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, what about okay now? So like that whole September, you was thinking about a nice box of KFC.
Yeah.
I see KFC was selling this veggie chicken, but I mean this veggie sandwich, but I not gonna trust that. I not gonna trust that.
Because they might be fried in the same oil that I fry the chicken in. So
That's why he's saying. So I really would not trust that. Yeah, right. What about Barfi? You stuck up on Barfi?
I don't like it. So I never made it or paid from anybody.
You said you don't like it?
No.
What? Nah. Simran, that's some beef, you know. Actually, that's good because if we go in a press, like if you and I happen to be in like a same press, like you wouldn't really worry about fee. So I guess more for me in that sense.
Yeah.
Like if I go to the Diwali Nagar and they're selling bar fee, I know it's like you're not buying the bar fee, so I have more to myself. Hmm.
Yeah.
What about kurma and thing?
Oh yeah, Karma gulab jamun. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Kagura, but the bar fee though, bar fee is boss boy. Hey.
Nah, I find it's bit too milky. I don't really. And
Okay,
it's bit too sweet.
it does be very sweet. What about well, this one is real gross, eh? Jalebi. I find out it's really gross.
It's been a while. I never eat that.
For some reason, that's gross mouth.
That is real good.
What? You know what? I would try it back. I would try it back. I didn't see them in a very long time.
Yeah,
Right?
you should.
Right, but Simran, you understand everything here? Like everything?
Yeah, I just had to get accustomed to parts B, just that part. But otherwise, I don't understand everything.
So while I wait on process, I still waiting on you to send me your answer. Eh? Still waiting. Right? Still waiting. Right? So Simran, part C, all we doing, check what we doing, right? The unit vector, what's the length of the unit vector?
Fine.
Nah, the length of all unit vectors is 1. All unit
Um,
vectors is 1. If I find a unit vector of if I find a unit vector of this, I'll get 1. I mean if I find the magnitude, what's in tiredness getting up to math. Like if I find the magnitude of that, watch. 4 over 5 squared plus 3 over 5. When I press equal, what do you think I'm supposed to get? Is a unit vector.
one.
Yeah, I get 1. So think about it, right? If this has a length of 1 and is in the same direction as z, right? And if I want a vector that's in the same direction as z, right? But instead it has a length of 5, wouldn't I just multiply this by 5? Because it has a length of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the whole time when he was finding unit vector, he didn't fully understand it.
Mm-mm. Like I don't understand how to find the magnitude and the unit vector in direction, but I was kind of still iffy about the parts B.
I see. Well, it's a good thing I call upon you. Like, I think you could understand it. Watch, if I have a vector here, a big vector, and it's 5 units long, and I want to get a vector that's 1 unit long, what do you think I should do with OC? If OC is 5 units long and I want a vector that's 1 unit long, what do you think I should do with OC?
Divided by 5.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do when you divide it by 5. So that's the whole concept of a unit vector. So watch. The unit vector would just be the big vector, right? In this case, the big vector is 3i plus 4j, and we'll divide it by 5. So that's what the formula come about, right? Notice for all the questions, didn't you take the big vector and you divide it by the size of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the concept. So all they're doing when they find a unit vector is they're taking the big vector and dividing it by its length. And when you do that, you'll cut it up into small pieces, and the small piece will just be 1. So when you find a unit vector, it has a length of 1, so you can multiply it by anything you want. So you understand that a little better now?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait, right?
So that's it.
Yeah, let me see what we're doing here. All right. Okay, so Perseus, you see, okay, so I will send back your working, right? The first one is good. I'll accept the first part A. Part B is great. Um, one thing though, I see a so I see
So at the side, it was the work when you was doing the working out on the screen. I was taking it out as opposed to put it in a different color.
no, that's okay. I see you have Z is equal to 8I plus 6J over 10. But then I see a A. I don't know where that A coming from.
Oh, so that was a mistake.
So it's supposed to go in on the next line, and it's supposed to say 8 over 10I plus 6 over 10J. Because then I see you have A is equal to 8 over 10I plus 6 squared over 10J. I don't know where you get that squared from.
So that part was actually supposed to go in was supposed to actually color. I was trying to like take down the work and you was doing so quick. But I kind of messed up there. That one was my fault because I forget to put the square root and stuff.
Okay, that square root part is just a proof, eh? That is not the actual answer. So that's just a proof. So you know that is just if you want to check back your answer. That's not part of the answer. The answer, this is the answer. If you want to decide, you can say proof, and you can find the magnitude of it, and you can show that it will be equal to 1. But
Okay,
this is not part of the answer. This is the answer.
okay.
So in the third line, all you had to do was just simplify the third line and you get your answer. Right?
Alright.
For part D, um yeah, the part D is fine. It's just part B. So I will, but not bad, not bad at all. I will fix up it working and send it back to you.
Okay, so
Yeah. So great job today, guys. I will see you all next class. I will send the homework just now. Right? So with that,
that's
guys.
Saturday.
Let's say that again.
Saturday. That's Saturday.
Well, if I listen more little homework, I mightn't respond because I have an exam Monday and then Wednesday. So I'm gonna be focused on my work. Yeah.
I send it tomorrow, please God, and Saturday, please God, you'll get your answers. Friday, please God, is a special.
That special day.
Yes, I'll
What
tell you privately.
is it birthday?
Yes, sir, yes.
We'll sing happy birthday for you, don't worry. Actually, we should probably sing happy birthday now.
Oh, sir. That's okay, but
Happy birthday to you. Yeah. I would sing more, but I really can't sing and I'll get a headache. The maths probably give you a headache already. Gonna give you a additional headache. Right?
nah, sir. You don't give headache. You're fine.
Okay, that's good. Right? Well, I hope all have a good night. I going to organize the homework and then do some more maths. Yeah. Later, everybody. Bye.
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
But
Bye.
Bye.